He had never said a single word in his life, but every morning he crawled to the white dog and talked for hours. Not to his mother, not to his doctors, only to her. The specialists said the dog was making things worse. What the audiologist found 3 weeks later made them all go silent. Before you watch, don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss another touching story like this one. And write in the comments where you're watching from and what time it is there. The first morning, Sarah almost missed it. She was in the kitchen making coffee when she heard something from Eli's room. Not crying, not the usual silence. Something else. She put down her cup and walked to the doorway. Eli was sitting cross-legged on the floor. Luna was sitting directly in front of him, their faces 6 inches apart. Eli was making sounds Sarah had never heard from him before. Low, guttural sounds from somewhere deep in his chest. Not words, not language. Something older than both. And Luna was answering. A low, deliberate vibration from somewhere deep in hers. Not a bark, not a whine. Something more intentional than either. Sarah stood in the doorway and didn't move. She was afraid that if she breathed too loud it would stop. It didn't stop. For 40 minutes they sat there. Eli making his sounds, Luna answering with hers, taking turns, like the most natural thing in the world. Sarah leaned against the doorframe, her coffee forgotten, her hands shaking slightly. Eli was 2 years old and had never spoken a single word. Not mama, not no, not the soft animal sounds most babies make before language finds them. 26 months of silence that had swallowed her whole. She'd been alone since he was 4 months old. His father had left the way some men leave, quietly, without explanation, without looking back. She'd gotten Luna 3 weeks ago because the house had too many rooms and none of them made sound. Luna was a Samoyed. 3 years old. 50 pounds of white fur so dense it looked like snow had taken the shape of a dog. Dark almond eyes that seemed to understand more than they should. The kind of dog that looked like she had been made specifically to comfort something. Luna had walked through the front door and gone directly to Eli's room. Hadn't explored the kitchen, hadn't sniffed the furniture. Straight to the boy on the floor surrounded by blocks, and sat down beside him. Something had passed between them that Sarah couldn't name. She hadn't thought much of it then, she was thinking about it now. Day 3, same thing. Eli on the floor, Luna in front of him, that low, impossible exchange. Day 4, something new. Eli reached toward a red block. Luna moved toward it. Eli pulled his hand back, reached toward the blue one. Luna moved toward that one instead. Sarah sat on the hallway floor outside his door, her back against the wall, her coffee going cold in her hands, watching her son and her dog navigate a world together she had no access to. Day 5. Eli put his hand flat on the floor. Luna put her paw on top of it. They stayed like that for a long time, neither moving, like they were listening to something that traveled through the ground. Sarah pressed her hand flat against the hallway floor. She felt nothing. Whatever they were feeling, it wasn't for her. Dr. Patricia Webb had been a speech and language pathologist for 19 years. She came on a Thursday, sat across from Eli at the small table in the living room, ran through her assessment with practiced efficiency. Eli didn't respond to her voice, didn't respond to the pictures she showed him, didn't respond to the sounds she made. He looked at Luna the entire time. Luna sat in the corner where Sarah had put her, her dark eyes on Eli, always on Eli. Dr. Webb closed her folder. "He's using the dog as an emotional shield," she said. "It's preventing him from developing real communication skills. The attachment has become a crutch." Sarah looked at Eli. He was still looking at Luna. What are you suggesting? Separation. Temporary but immediate. We need to remove the dog from his environment so he's forced to engage with human communication. Sarah felt something cold move through her chest. For how long? Ideally 30 days. We'll reassess after 30 days. It's standard protocol in cases of, has anyone tested his hearing? Sarah asked. Dr. Webb paused. A hearing screening would be the next logical step. I'll put in a referral. You should expect to wait 4 to 6 weeks for an appointment. 4 to 6 weeks. Sarah looked at Eli. He was still looking at Luna. In the meantime, Dr. Webb continued, I strongly recommend the separation. We can't afford to lose more time. Sarah nodded slowly. She didn't say what she was thinking, that she wasn't waiting 4 to 6 days. Sarah didn't sleep that night. She thought about crutch, obstacle, preventing development. She thought about Eli's hand flat on the floor, Luna's paw on top of it, whatever they were feeling together through the ground. By morning, she had made a decision she already knew she would regret. She moved Luna to the laundry room on a Friday. Eli woke up and went to his usual spot on the floor. He sat there for a long time, waiting. Luna didn't come. He made his sounds, low, rhythmic, waiting for the answer that didn't come. Sarah stood in the kitchen doorway, her hands pressed flat against the wall behind her, watching her son call out into silence. Day 2 without Luna. Eli stopped making sounds entirely. He sat in the corner of his room facing the wall. He didn't eat well. He didn't sleep well. He woke twice in the night, his mouth open, no sound coming out. Like something had been taken from him that he didn't have words to ask for back. Day 3. Sarah found him sitting outside the laundry room door, his small hand pressed flat against the bottom of it, against the floor, feeling for something. On the other side, Luna was making that low, deliberate sound, one long, sustained note, over and over. A vibration Sarah could feel in her feet when she stood close enough. She crouched down beside Eli, put her own hand on the floor, felt it, that low pulse, traveling through wood, through tile, through anything solid enough to carry it. Her blood ran cold. She opened the door. She called the audiologist that same morning. She didn't wait 4 to 6 weeks. She drove Eli there herself the following Tuesday. Dr. Amara Osi ran her tests quietly. Then she called Sarah into her office. Your son has profound bilateral sensorineural hearing loss, she said. He was almost certainly born this way. Sarah sat completely still. He can't hear anything? Very little, some low-frequency vibration conducted through physical contact and solid surfaces. Nothing in the ranges of normal speech. Dr. Osi paused. Which means he has never heard your voice, not once. The room tilted. Sarah pressed her hand against the desk. Then how has he been communicating? Dr. Osi looked at her carefully. You mentioned he responds to the dog. Only to the dog. Profoundly deaf children are extraordinarily sensitive to vibration. Not sound, vibration, through the floor, through their hands, through physical contact with another body. She paused. Dogs produce low-frequency vocalizations that travel through solid surfaces. When your dog makes those sounds, Eli doesn't hear them. He feels them. Through the floor. Through his hands when he touches her. She looked at Sarah steadily. Your dog wasn't preventing his communication. She was his communication. She was the only voice in his world he could actually feel. Sarah couldn't speak. She thought of Dr. Webb, crutch, obstacle. She thought of Eli sitting outside, the laundry room door, his hand pressed flat against the floor, reaching for the only voice that had ever reached him. I separated them, she whispered. For 3 days, I separated them. Dr. Osei reached across the desk and put her hand over Sarah's. You didn't know, she said. No one knew. That's why we test. That evening, Sarah sat on the floor of Eli's room, Luna beside her, Eli in front of them both. She watched them. She finally understood. Not a crutch, not an obstacle, a voice, the only voice her son had ever had. Sarah put her hand flat on the floor, felt it, that low pulse, traveling through wood, through tile, through anything solid enough to carry it. From the baby monitor on the counter came a sound. Eli, awake, making his sounds, low, rhythmic, waiting for Luna. Luna got up, walked down the hallway. Sarah kept her hand on the floor. Luna's voice, Eli's only voice, still reaching him, still answering. She closed her eyes. Thank you, she whispered. Did this story touch your heart? If your child only responded to the dog and never to you, would you have trusted the dog or listened to the specialist? Yes or no? Write it in the comments right now. If this story moved you, like this video and subscribe. It means everything to us. Thank you for being here with us today. See you in the next video. Have a beautiful day.